All right, cheers. All right, so we just got done watching Young Sheldon, Season 1, Episode 14, is that correct?
Yes, 14.
And we will also be discussing, at least in brief, Grouper's, I believe Grouper's most recent full-length record, Ruins, which is an artist I'm very fond of. It's the alias of sort of ambient, in some ways dream pop, in some ways drone artist Liz Harris. Who has been much of an inspiration to me and my artistic endeavors over the past half decade.
And this episode, which originally aired on March 1st.
March 1st, 2018.
Potato salad, a broomstick, and dad's whiskey.
Okay. So this episode centers around basically Sheldon's mom gets a new job.
Well, she has an offer. And she's not sure she wants to take it yet. And because
she takes it, though.
Yeah, but in order for her to take it, she has to leave Missy and Sheldon at home alone for a few hours after school.
Yes.
Not George Jr. because he has football practice.
Yes, and he's 15.
And here's another thing which we're going to mention because we made this joke, but this is actually pretty serious.
Yeah.
About machete order. The last episode we happened to watch was episode 12.
Yes,
Yeah. And this makes more sense.
It actually does.
Coming after episode 12, because episode 12 is the whole. There's the
computer.
There's the computer. There is problems in the marriage, and they're fighting, and then they get back together stronger than before.
And then you see this in this episode repeatedly. The relationship between George and
I don't know, what's her name. Honestly,
I can't remember.
Because
I don't know.
Anyway, she's not sure she should take the job, and George Senior says, "You know what? You want to take this job? You should take it. They can handle it." And it's him saying, "You know what? If she wants to go out and do her own thing, she should do it." And it makes sense that this is the episode that should come out after the.
Yes, and the other one is because she suggests that. So she takes this job, right, as the church bookkeeper, organizer,
kind of treasurer, etc.
Yeah, and basically what she says to one of the first suggestions she makes into her new occupation to the pastor, who's a creep, bona fide creep, and we'll get to him. But she says that we should we have enough in our budget to get a computer, and long term that's a good idea because it'll help make a more efficient and better business.
I forgot about that. Actually, it actually literally makes sense to be the episode after the computer
because she directly references the computer thing, and
at the very end of the computer episode, she talks about, "Wow, holy shit, this computer is actually really beneficial."
Yeah.
So for multiple reasons, it actually does make sense coming after that. And the last episode, episode 13, doesn't relate to either of these episodes actually.
Yes, it does.
How so?
So the episode 13 focused around young Sheldon being a hypochondriac. So in episode 14, Sheldon gets in this episode, Sheldon gets a splinter, and he freaks out.
No, but the thing
he overreacts.
The thing with last episode though is it's a weird to cut the.
You speak up a little bit.
It's weird to split the episodes in the sense that they're at home, getting the computer, and then episode 13 comes. It's like a full week at school. No reference to the computer at all.
Was there no reference? I don't recall. I was 3 sheets to the wind.
There wasn't, and it was literally him at school, refusing to go to school.
Yeah,
and it's kind of weird to.
I don't know. But anyways, in this episode, we've seen the pastor before, right?
He was in the religious one when Sheldon. He was in the first episode.
Writes off God.
He was in the first episode when Sheldon goes to church for the first time.
Right.
And he's been in it a while, and he can definitely send off some wacky vibes. We first see him in the start of the episode with his wife, who's looks probably a lot younger than her. She's probably early 20s.
Yeah.
Like a Latino woman.
Yes.
Latino woman.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. She speaks Spanish.
Yeah, she speaks almost like only Spanish.
I don't think she speaks in English at all. She's only in one scene in this episode, so I don't know if we'll ever see her again.
And
God, I do not want that plot to be furthered at all.
That's just unnecessary.
Yeah.
But while she's speaking Spanish, we had the subtitles under, and they give us the subtitles as Sheldon's point of view. Because Sheldon understands what she's saying.
Yeah.
And she's saying, "Oh, this is really boring." And her husband, the pastor, translates to saying, "Oh, yeah, she likes it here."
Yeah.
And either he is basically being kind of a piece of shit and choosing what she's saying, or genuinely doesn't know what she's saying.
Yeah.
Maybe just is assuming.
I think that he understands what she's saying.
And is embarrassed to actually...
And he's assuming that the people listening do not speak fluent enough or speak Spanish at all.
Yeah.
I think the pastor understands. I also think that's an irrelevant detail in reality.
But I think that's also him being creepy.
That's also shit writing.
Yeah.
that type of like character motivation is even up for debate. Terrible writing, Chuck Lorre. Get a better team. At least for like
I don't know if he's
his Chuck Lorre's team. You know.
Yeah.
But
no, hold on. Creator. Written by.
Well, it's going to be episode to episode. There's going to be a whole team of writers. But
producer.
So yeah, basically
iCarly writers.
They openly use the term latchkey kids. So this is sort of a them coming to terms that they're going to let their 2 8-year-old kids. And I forgot of this. This is crazy, right? Sheldon and Missy
are twins. They must have referenced it in an episode prior to this, but
or in the pilot.
I
swear they never referenced that.
This isn't something new because I remember there's an episode of The Big Bang Theory where Missy comes back to like The Big Bang Theory.
Is Missy in The Big Bang Theory?
She's like a guest character sometimes. She comes back. Leonard thinks she's really cute, and then she says, "Oh, come on, Shelley. We spent 9 months together."
Yeah.
You spent 9 months with my legs wrapped around your head.
Right.
That's her joke.
Yeah.
This is like legit. That's her joke. So they are twins and they have been twins, but I genuinely...
Oh, okay, you know what? I think that they didn't go right for the jugular on that one because they're assuming the audience is familiar enough with The Big Bang Theory.
But even still, like I don't remember any reference because then the way they reference them being twins is George Sr. says, "Well, what are we going to do about the twins?" And for me, for half a second, like, wait, what? The twins?
The twins, yeah. I was wondering that too. I was like, am I missing something? And it's them, right? I don't know.
So I think that was a little weird.
Yeah. So they flirt with their latchkey kid thing pretty quick. The mom gives the great paranoid run. They set up the whole episode like all sitcoms do. There's a fire. If anyone's familiar with the trope of the Chekhov's gun, you familiar with that? If you see a gun in Act 1, it's going to go off in Act 3, or better go off in Act 3.
Okay.
Right? So, in Act 1, we see the fire extinguisher.
Star Trek reference.
Yep.
By doing that, that's a double reference, it's a meta reference.
I think it's a reference to, like, old literature, not Star Trek, to tell you the truth.
I think Star Trek's a reference to the old literature, so it's like...
Yeah, sure, no, you're right.
Triple meta.
Yeah. But
okay, one thing I'm going to interject quick before is Sheldon's mom isn't sure if she can handle it. And Mima comes up and says, "You know what? I think that's the problem right now. You're training your kids to be sissies, not be able to handle
sissies. You're raising a whole generation of sissies. Yeah,
and that was pretty pilled. I gotta say,
pretty pilled.
It is. I don't want to.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah,
because this is the thing. It's still this weird. I don't know who this is directed towards.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know.
That was one for the parents. I think. Like, I feel like that was a little nod to the parents. I could go way deeper with this now that I think about it, but I'll get there towards when we get to the end of it. So Mima, though, it openly says this. So Mima, she's all going off the bowling, and she's talking. She sees that Sheldon and the Missy get home, and she decides, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go check on him, even though I'm the one that sort of laid this grave for myself. And the kids freak out, right? Because the stranger danger, right? They see a reflection of that. And they don't expect Mima to do it because of what Mima had said previously in the episode. Mima opens the door, and the kids who have freaked out, and they have the fire extinguisher ready. And they blast Mima with the fire extinguisher.
Home Alone tear.
And she's, Home Alone tear as hell, yeah. And she dips pretty quick.
Even another thing Home Alone tear is, if you remember how he's scared of that TV show, the movie, the phone rings, and they look into each other, screaming Home Alone. Yeah.
So basically, Sheldon gets a splinter, is the core conflict of this episode. And, sorry. So yeah, Sheldon gets a splinter, and as established, he's a hypochondriac a bit when it comes to physical ailments and stuff, because you can't solve physical ailments with science. Well, science, I guess you can. But math, you can't solve it with books. You can't solve it with that. It's immediate. It's physical. There's pain involved. And they're trying to find the tweezers, right? And they realize that they can't find the tweezers and that they got to go into the unforbidden territory that is Ma and Pa's room. Now, what we expected to happen that didn't happen, actually, was that they would find something that they shouldn't see in Mom and Dad.
I thought even for a second, I thought that flashlight was going to turn out to not be a flashlight.
Yeah, me too.
For real.
So they find a Bible and a flashlight. That's it. So I was thinking, they might find like a condoms or something.
Or just even something, even like not even explicitly like anything that bad.
Maybe even just like an erotic novel or something.
Or
even Playboy.
Or even just like prescription medication.
Yeah.
Something a little bit like we shouldn't be handling this.
Yeah, birth control or something. I don't know. That's probably not. The thing is, though, that this is truly like a wholesome Nixon era Texan family. Like that doesn't fit the characters, so they did a good job in that regard, right?
Actually, I would say in the sense that it was good that they didn't do that trope because it really wouldn't have fit. Mm-hmm. I was expecting it, but they did a good thing by not doing that.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah. So they eventually crack open into a copy of Tweezers. A copy of Operation the board game
because they
realize there's Tweezers there.
She's going to use a pin.
Yeah.
To get it out, and he's like, "What if you slip and get my eye?"
Yeah.
So she thinks she gets to Operation, and to sterilize the Operation needle, which
she takes
tweezers, which you don't even have to sterilize anything to pull it. The splinter's long, like they sterilize it in a full tall glass of whiskey.
Yeah,
which is
huge waste of alcohol.
Yeah, it's absurd.
The Prohibition was only like 45 years prior to this, or whatever, maybe 60. I don't know my American history.
This is 89. It was 89.
89. Oh, I've been off, eh? I gotta step up my American history. In 89, Nixon was totally not the president of the United States.
Maybe he's just the only one that Georgie knows.
89. Look, because George Sr., I'm pretty sure, was the president of the United States then. Maybe you're right. Maybe they gotta tackle Watergate. I feel like they reference Watergate. I don't know. I feel like they're not that on top of this type of stuff. But I have been wondering how they're gonna tackle. Oh, so Watergate takes place during.
89. 89. It switches. It's Reagan and Bush.
So why did they reference Nixon?
I have no idea.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess that's irrelevant because that was last episode. But, yeah. I don't know what else I could say. So
it wasn't bad.
This episode was fine. It was easy to watch at the very least. What I wanted to talk about actually was the politics of young Sheldon. Well, I guess I should talk about the music. So, yeah, this is how I'm going to tie Ruins by Grouper into this. So, Ruins was recorded 4 or 5 years prior to its release, alone in a cabin, and sort of like the so in isolation that Missy and Sheldon get in this episode, and the isolation that Grouper put herself into in recording this album in a cabin alone is where you foster growth, right? And this was her most critically acclaimed album, certainly her most poppy record to date. Some of her more recent singles leading up to her next record have been quite poppy as well, but that's a progression from this. So it's this concept that sometimes you gotta throw yourself into a form of solitary self-care to grow. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, and I think
that's pretty good.
That's what happened.
That's what's happened with Missy more than Sheldon actually in this episode. This is the first time we saw any form of character growth.
Yeah, okay. I still
politics of Sheldon.
I still get there. Very much dislike Missy.
Yeah.
However, at least in this episode, she actually brought something and actually benefited the plot. She made some smart decisions. Yeah. But she still is a pretty trash character.
Absolutely trash character for sure. But maybe she'll grow. We'll see. It's already been renewed for a second season, so
cut this one and switch to.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk about what I want to talk about
for the next one.
Yeah, so just on video, check out the new Roseanne revival series to see what an actually good sitcom looks like. With specific, it's just politics. Well, I'll get there.
How much Roseanne did you watch at the old show?
Of the old show,
yeah.
I had the old Roseanne recommended to me by a good friend of mine. When discussing sort of, I wanted to find something that like sort of tackled the nature of cynicism and of like modern cynicism, and was trying to find something with sort of a sense of nuanced optimism. And she had recommended me Roseanne, so I watched the first 2 seasons of the original series. I found it really comfy and unique in terms of how it portrayed Middle America.
Do you know? Because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure Roseanne ends as in it was kind of a weird dream sequence thing.
Yeah,
do you know how this new season ties into that?
Yes.
How?
Oh, So we don't need to talk about this in this.
We'll talk about this off cam.
Thanks for watching.